on with all the things that most people will knock themselves out trying to get. Yet I was drunk for 30 years. I tried to kill myself.
There's a man in a box made of cardboard, and as you walk by, you try hard to ignore. Never look him in the eye, it might affect you more than you care to think about. Humanity hurts when it leaks out, doesn't it? Maybe it's his punishment. Maybe he deserves every single second of struggling. Speaking of seconds, minutes, days, weeks, months, ask him if he knows even one. But you ain't got the time, gotta get to the club. Guess what? He was you once, young and coming up. Future's looking bright, loving life. Had a wife, had a son. He taught to play catch and fly a kite. Then boom, laid off. Dealt a bad hand, found his wife in the arms of another man. Left her with the kid, dove into a binge. Look at him now, he makes you wanna cringe. Old friends say he used to be so handsome. Now you couldn't walk a mile in his shoes if he had some.
Living in the self-manufactured hell.
So are we having fun yet? Are we listening? Are we missing all the answers that are from within a subtle bend? We all pretend that we can adapt as the unknown grows. It swallows the thought of looking back. Tomorrow's crooked path will outlast the strength of your grasp, leaving the initial task sidetracked. Never stop and think that your mind's trapped in a box so the thoughts turn black.
What the point of life is, what the goals and values are, which are eternal.
Now there's a man in a box made of concrete and metal bars for peddling stolen foreign cars. His name was Lars. He smoked big ass cigars and had a criminal record from here to Mars. It was just a matter of time now. That's what he's doing and it's hard. Or maybe he could befriend a guard, cause deep in his heart he knows the chances of getting out alive are the same as getting a decent meal and sleep at night. Weeks go by, he sees the people watching, he sees the people plotting. Really, who is gonna stop him? Merely just a new fish about to get filleted quick. Who wouldn't be missed? It wouldn't be a waste one bit. So on the day that he finally went to sleep forever, he was sitting in his metal concrete cubicle hell. All of a sudden buzzers and alarms, everybody's loose. They hung a guard from a bedsheet noose. Now I guess he was marked from the start and couldn't hide it. He died in a prison fight. What a riot.
But I must say that those of us who have gone through hell to find him never for 1 second forget.
So are we having fun yet? Are we listening? Are we missing all the answers that are from within a subtle bend? We all pretend that we can adapt as the unknown grows and swallows the thought of looking back. Tomorrow's crooked path will outlast the strength of your grasp, leaving the initial task sidetracked. Never stop and think that your mind's trapped in a box, all the thoughts turn black. There's a man in a box made of pine. It's probably quite uncomfortable, I'm sure he doesn't mind. He was in search to find some kind of answer, but the power of the boulder that sat on the blades of shoulders just was too much to focus on the task. Started saying to himself, I hope this doesn't last. Soon he lost his grasp and never looked back. It's the first step to the end of life's flash. Might I add that he was off his medicine for weeks, which had him ready for whatever fate that he was gonna meet. He couldn't eat, he couldn't sleep, he couldn't speak, he couldn't wait for the day that he would finally be heard about him last week. Word on the street, his nerves took a turn for the worse in a heartbeat. It's hard to believe that such a perfect citizen would revert to the most primitive privilege. There's really nothing left to say because he shot himself and painted a perfect picture outside with his gun paintbrush. There was a faint rush, followed by the feeling that he was finally touched. Are we having fun? Are we listening? Are we missing all the answers that are from within? Subtle bend, we all pretend that we can adapt as the unknown grows and swallows the thought of looking back. Tomorrow's crooked path will outlast the strength of your grasp, leaving the initial task sidetracked. Never stop and think that your mind's trapped in a box, all the thoughts turn black. So are we having fun yet? Are we listening? Are we missing all the answers that are from within a subtle bend? We all pretend that we can adapt as the unknown grows and swallows the thought of looking back. Tomorrow's crooked path will outlast the strength of your grasp, leaving the initial task sidetracked. Never stop and think that your mind's trapped in a box, all the thoughts turn black.